Good everyone, my name is Graphics. If you look at the right hand side of the screen, you will see the two views of a given figure that is in first angle projection because of the symbol you're seeing here, and we are told to assemble these views and reproduce it in isometric projection. Now when you hear the word isometric projection, the first thing you do is for you to draw your what? Your isometric axis. That is, you draw your vertical axis this way. Over there, draw the vertical axis this way. You take the longer one. Can you see that? And you draw the x and z axis. Note that I'm placing it on my t square. I'll have this way. And also, placing it this way, also we have this way. Look, we're together here. This is what we have here. Now, if you look at this closely, right, the height here, because it's standing in this direction, vertical way, so the height here, looking from the center to the center, is given as 115. You're looking at the plan here. So, if you look at the radius here, radius of what? Of 25, and the 115 plus 25 will give us what? 140. Then the radius of this arc here is given as 40, so you add it to that, you'll be having what? 180. So I am going to measure 180 from this point here upward. So if I should take my meter rule this way, I'll measure 180. So let me use this way. I'll start from 1. So if I start for 1, I'll stop at what? 19. Right? If you start from 0, you stop at 18. So 0 to 18 is 180. Now we move forward. So in doing that, we'll get the length here. So if you look at that, the radius of this circle is given to be what? 40. So the diameter will be what? 80. So I'm going to measure 80 here. So I'll measure 80 from 0 to 4 is 80. From 0 to 8 is 80. This is what we have here. Now the other one here, the distance from here to here, you get it from the elevation here, and that is 25 plus 20, which will give us 45. So at this point here, I'm going to measure 45. From 0, this is 40, 45. Can you see that? Then I'll take them up with my meter rule. I'm going to project those points upward this way, right? So project this point upward this way. Hope you can see that. So I'll come here. I'll take it up. And I'll come here also. I'll take it up. Hope you can see that. Then I'll go take the rest to this point here. At the same level here. I'll close it up. I'll turn it again. I'll close it up. Then I'll come here. I'll do the same thing here too. Then I'll close it up too. Hope you can see that, right? So aside that, we will move forward. We successfully brought out this shape out. Now it's for we to start carving out our image. I would like to start from up here. Start taking. Now, if you look at this closely, I'm going to get the length here. It is facing this side, as you can see the figure here facing here, so I'm facing this side here. So I'll start from here where my arrow is pointing. So since the radius is 25, I'm going to measure to get the center of this line first. So let's get the center of that line. And since it is 80, the center there will be, let's see, from 0 to 80, the center there will be 40. Can you see that? And I'm going to bring it down with my instrument. Hope you can see that. So the radius here is 25. So I'll take my meter rule, right, and I'll measure 25. So this is 0 to 25, right? And I'm going to place it at this point here. I'll mark 25 here. I'll come down also, I'll also mark what 25 here. So with what I have here, I'll now take my instrument to this point I marked. So what I'm about to do, draw an horizontal line this way from here. Come to that other point too. I'll do the same thing too from here. Hope you can see that. Now aside that, with the same 25 I used from this point here to mark here, I'll mark left and I also want to mark right. Then I'll close it up this way. I'll close it up this way. Hope you can see that. Now the next thing I'll do is I will increase the length since the thickness from here to here is given to be 25. I'm starting with the first one, first layer first. So I'm going to take this by 25 upward. So let me first of all take one out this way. So from here, I'll take this out. I'll come to the next point also. I'll take this out. Come to the next point also. I'll take this out. Come to the next point also, which is here. I'll take this out. Then I'll now measure 25 in all directions. So we know that this is from the center to this end here is 25. So I'll come here also, I'll mark my 25. So you can actually mark it all around depending on what you want. So I have this 25. I'll come here too. This is 25 also. I'll come down too. This is 25 too. And I'll come here too. This is 25. Hope you can see that. So I brought out that box. Now the next thing I'll do is I'll join the diagonals. Start again. I'll join the diagonal. So if I join the diagonal from this point here, if I join diagonal from this point here, let me start with this end to this end, passing through the center, right? I'll do the same thing here too, passing through the center, just here to here. Hope you can see that. Then if I should join from this end here to this end, and also from this end here to this end. Hope you can see that. So they are meeting at this point here and also at this point here. I will transfer those points, see what I'm about to do. This point. So repeating the same thing, I'll transfer it here. And this point, I'll transfer it here. Hope we're together. So when I've done that, I'll just take my compass and I'll place it at this end. Are we there? I'll place it at this end here. Let me zoom it out so you see what I'm trying to do. I'll place it at this end. Then I'll draw my arc. Point line first. I'll come to the other end here. I'll do the same thing too. Let's make it more interesting here. You can do it this way. Point line first. And you can come here and do the same thing here too. Point line. First of all. And you come here too. Do the same thing through here. Hope you can see that. So now you can still do at the back too, just like what you did at the front. You come to this end and you rotate it to this point and you draw your arc. Just stop here. You come to this end, to this point here, and you do the next thing. And you place it here too. You do the same thing here. And you stop here. I can easily just move it here if I want to. Just come this point here. So in doing that, you can easily just close it up. From here to here. Alright. And also I'll leave it open. So I'm done with this outside one. The next one is it is extended from here. Right, it is extended outward by 20. So what I'll just do is I'll target the center here and I'll take it up by 20. So this is what we have here. So from here, so instead of doing that at the center here, I will complete this center line this way, and also I'll complete this way, depending on how you want to go about it. So the diameter of this inner circle is given to be 40, meaning the radius is what, 20. So I am going to measure 20. From 0 to 2 is 20. And I'll place it at the center here. I'll mark 20 to the left, 20 up, 20 to the right, and 20 down. So I'll make it to form a box this way. I'll make it form a box this way. So this is the box here. Moving that out, we print line first. Right? So I can just take this upward this way. Or the edge. Or the edge. So the height is 20, right? So I'm going to measure the 20. So we know from here to this end is 20. So that's from this edge here, any of the edge, mark 20, which can form my box that I need. So from here, close it up. From here, close it up. From here, close it up. That's what we have here. This is 1, 2, 3, and what? And 4. So I'll do the same thing by drawing what I need there. So draw the diagonal, just like what we do earlier. Connect this and this together. So we can see that. Then we bring this out. So you join from 2 here to this line here. Then from 2 here, this other line here too. So this is 2 points down here. You can also join diagonals from this side too to this side, which is already there. You can see that. So just take my compass. This is at 2. Take it to this point here. Right. Take it to this point here. And you draw this. Come here too. Take it to here too. Do the same thing too. You come here too. You place it here. You do the same thing too. You come here too. Place it here. You do the same thing too. Do the same thing here. Right. So I'll also come to this point here. This point here. This end. To complete this one too. Then come to this end here to complete this one too. I need to transfer the point. So if I should come here, I will transfer this point here. to this point, and also this point here to this point. So I can now easily take my instruments from here. I'll close it up. Go from here. So I can easily close them up here. And also here too. Right? So I can take in this rest out here. This is what I'll be having. This is what we have here at the top here, right? We'll come back to this. Let's go down here. Now if you look closely again, we have to still get the center. So I'll be using the same center I have been using here, or get another center. So let's get the center of this line here. From here to here is 180, right? So I'll just rule this. Let's rule this first. This way. And you see that? Then I'm going to get half of it, which is 40, which I can just focus on this also. From here to here is half of it, right? 40. I'll come here to I'll do the same thing to 40, and again 40. Can you see that? So I'll take it up this way. Faint line first, and also faint line first. Can you see that? So if I take the length from this point to this point, I'll mark it up. And also take from this point to this point, I'll mark it here too. So let me close it up. So I'm closing it up. And you see that? And also this also. So the thickness here you can see is from here to here, which is intersection from here to here, and that is 25. So I'll move measure 25 from here to here. So if I take my meter rule, measure from 0 to 25, and I'll place it here from 0 to 25, and that is what I'll use for everything. So if I should take this to this direction here, and also close it up here, bring this out, and also bring this out, so I can now close them up. Right? This is what we have. I brought that out. So what I will do here is join the diagonals. I join the diagonal to the diagonal here, passing through the center, and also the diagonal to the diagonal here. Hope you can see that. So you just join from this end here to this end, and from this end to this end. You can see that. So it's meeting at this point here. So when that happens that way, you can easily transform the point. So this point you see here, you're placing it to transfer the point, you have to place on your T-square. So from this point here, I'll have this, and from this point here, I'll have this. So I'll draw out that curve that we have. So if I should place it at this end to this end, I'll have, let me just do a thin line first, right? And if I should come here, place it here, I have this, and I'll come here too, I'll do the same thing from this point. From this point, and from this end here, and from this end. So you can see that. So I can easily just close it up. We've gotten this circle that we need here. There's another one at the inside part here, and it has a diameter of what? 240, just like what we have here, the same 2020. So what I will do here is as simple as this. I will get the center of this one here. So if I should change this diagonal to this diagonal here, the center is here. Hold there, and I can just draw this out from here. Draw it here. So that is the center here. Then I'll draw my center line this way. This is where they are meeting. So I'll now measure the same 20 that I did for the other one. So we know that from here to here is 20, right? So I'll come to this point. I'll mark 20 here. I'll mark 20 here. I'll mark 20 here. And I'll also mark 20 here. Right? So these are the 4 points I need. Here, 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 and here. So I'll draw my line to go across those points, just like I did here. Can you see that? So they are meeting here. So I'll just do the same thing I've been doing. Draw your curve. Right? Then place it here too. right? Then you place it where this inclined line meets this here. So before you do that, you move from this point to touch here. Let's do that first. From this point here to touch here, and from this point here to touch here. So they are meeting here and here. So that is where you place your compass to complete that curve. Then here too. Hope you can see that. You can easily taking it out. You can see that. So this is what we have here. So aside that, the next thing we have to do is for me to, there's an inner one too, since the thickness is. So for me to get the inner one, I'll just come here and I'll project this in by 20 or so. Yes, by 25. So at this end, take this in. At this end also, take this in. Then you measure the 25. We know that from this point to this point here is 25. So I'll come at this end here. I'm going to mark it on that line. I'll come on this end too here. I'll mark it on that line. So this is where they are meeting here. Are we there? So what I'll simply do here is to get the center. Which center am I getting? That is from this end here. Are we there? This end here. Just take it back by 25. So this is 25 here. Right? Then from this end here, I'll take 25 back. So that is where I'm going to place my compass. So I'll place it under my compass there, here, this way. Take it to this end, and I'll draw my arc this way. This is where you stop. So I can thicken it out. So I don't want to complete the circle, that's why I did this, right? So I just do the same thing. If you have completed it, the box and everything, you still bring out the shape. This is the faster way of achieving that. Now we've come to this, that there's an arc that is connecting this point and this point here. Is that okay? So that is where we're actually going to, let me take this up this way. There's an arc there. So I want to use the arc now. What you do is I'm going to replicate the plan here. So let me remove this. So from here, I'll draw my horizontal line this way. Then I'll pick a point. Let's say this point here. So I'll pick a point. Let's say this point here. This is my point A. So from point A, this center to the next center is 115, right? So I'll measure 115 from here. From 0 to 115. This is it here. That will be my center B. So I can actually just draw my vertical line across that point. And also here too, draw the vertical line along that point. So what I'll do here is, we know very well that from this center here is 40. So I'll take the radius of that arc, which is 40. You can see it on the diagram. You measure 40 on your meter rule and you place it here. So you draw a circle. Right? And the other one here is 20, what? That's also 20. The other one is 25. So I can easily just measure 25 on my meter rule. I'll just come here and I'll measure, take it to this end, 25. Or you just come to your meter rule and measure 25, 0 to 25. Can you see that? So I'll place it here. And I'll draw this. Can you see that? So this is representing this, and this is representing this. So we need the arc connecting these two, that is tangential to these two circles. Now, if you notice it, that arc is, these two circles are external to the bigger arc. The arc combining these two are what are the two circles are what external to that arc, right? So in your principle of tangency, you're going to add their results. And the rest of this arc you're seeing here that is connecting two of them is given to be what? 90. So I will add 90 plus the radius of this, which is 40, and that will give us what? 130. Altogether, 90 here plus the 40 here, that will give us what? 130. So I'm going to measure 130 on my meter rule. 130 on my meter rule from 0 to 130. Can you see that? From 0 to 130. And I'll place it here. I'm going to strike an arc this way. Can you see that? Then here is 25. I want to do 9. That will give us 115. So from 0 to 115, this is it here. I'll come here. I'll close it up. So this is where they are. So with the principle of tangency, I'll place it here. And I'll come here. Can you see that it's closing up? This is what I need here. Right? So this arc here is joining this. Because it's difficult for you to use any of our method, whether ordinate or approximate method, to get this arc here. So that's why we're doing this. So the next step you do here is to project this end here straight down to this end here. So what I'm about to do is to project this end here to this end here. So it's touching here. So just take any 3 points. You can decide to come from here. Take this to come down. And decide to come from here. Take this to come down. Can decide to come from here. Take this to come down. So I can see here to be my point A, point B, and point C. Is that taken? So let me bring it down. So what I will do is to get to point A, point B, and point C. So if I should take my meter rule here now, from this point here to this point A here, right? It's from this point here. I'll measure, I'll mark here. That will be my what? My point A. Are we there? I'll come again from that same point to B. I'll come to this point here also. I'll mark. That is what? My B. Are we there? I'll also come from here also. I'll mark to this point. From here to this point here. That will be my point C. Hope you're getting what I'm trying to do here. So the next thing is I will now project them. Is that taken in this manner? I'll take it in like this. Just take it in, take it in, take it in. Hope you can see that. So after I've done that, I'll come to A. I'll place my instrument there this way. Can you see that? Then I'll come to A. I'll mark. That will be my first point. I'll come to B also. I'll place it at B. I'll also mark. I'll come to C also. I'll place it at C. I'll also mark. So I'll now take my French curve and I'll join those 3 points together that will be tangential to this. Hope you are getting what I'm trying to do here. So if I should take any of these 3 points, I'll move it so that I'll get any of these 3 points. Hope you can see that together with this. Hope you can see it's getting the 3 of them. So I'll just click in it from here. Can you see what we are bringing out? So aside that, we'll replicate the same thing up here too. So how are we going to do that? Simple. Just take your instrument, right? And you draw this way. Right? Then you transfer those points up there. So if I transfer this point, just take them up. Yes. Simple as this. I should just from here. See what I want to do. Take it up. Take it up. And take it up. So you now take your thickness of this 25. Just from here to here. Alright. And you just come to each of these points and you just mark this point, this point, and this point. So these are the 3 points that I am going to put together. So you still take the same French curve, just like what you did here. You come here and do the same thing. Can you see that? So I can easily take in this now. So let's see what we'll now be having. So that's what we have. I've taken it out, right? Now the next one is the other one at this junction here. So it's as simple as this. What you just do here is the same thing you did earlier, right? Just project this end, this end here. There's the outer one here. Can you see that? And you can just take this here. Yes, this two, this also, and which one again? And this also. So once you've done that, and just from here we're taking them. Since this is B, you trace the line of B where it meets here. You close it up. That is B. Right? Since this is A, you trace the line of A. You come here. You mark your A. Right? And since this is C, you trace the line of C. You come here. You mark your C. So use your French curve. and you connect those points. Right? So we can easily take in here too. Can you see that? So this is what we have here at the right hand side of the screen. This part I'm facing here is the part you're seeing on the screen my arrow is pointing. All together. So what else again? This is what we have. This internal part here is where my arrow is pointing here. You can see that. And the outer one here you see is the bigger one here. So this you are dividing it this way because what is at the left hand side is what you see at the line, right hand side, the center line is there. This is what we have here. You can do your dimensioning, which is important. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share the video. Thanks for watching.